have to stop the video and start a new video because of the 15-minute limitations, and I have to stop the video again at 6:37. I'm gonna continue where I left off. Okay, also there's one, I need to point out another thing. This is the last video, so I have to wrap everything up in this video because this camcorder storage is it's about to be full, so this have to be the last video. Okay, so I'm gonna try to speed everything up and wrap everything up in this video. Okay, so anyway, so back to what I was saying. Basically, you have kind of like, in a way, I was saying that you know, like seeing Naruto drink the expired milk might argue that as might seem like that is the ninja clan nutrition, but if you're looking at Naruto's life, you know, he is an orphan child, have no one to care for him, and he have no resource, and just whatever he's could get his hand on, he just happened to get his hand on the expired milk. So kind of like, in a way, could argue that's not, might not be, so in a way that's not really the ninja clan nutrition. It just, that's the situation Naruto's in. He could only get his hand on those expired milk and things like that. As for Dante slash Devil, kind of like, in a way, Dante is fighting against a group of his opponents, and in the middle of the fight he got his hand on a pizza. So kind of like, in a way, that might not be the devil slash Dante slash the devil's nutrition. It just so happened that he's got his hand on a pizza in the middle of the fight and things like that. As for X, I didn't pick out a scene where X is eating nutrition, like food and things like that, so I didn't get a chance to pick out a scene on that. But X would have X nutrition also and things like that. So I'm just saying, you know, basically looking at all the different culture and all the different country and culture in the world and the nutrition and everything. So because today PTTS session video main topic is Nutrition 101, drinking milk and lactose and intolerance and things like that. So basically it's just like, because there's just so much different nutrition in the world, and also it could be, you know, and also looking at the ninja clan Naruto situation, just whatever he could get his hand on, and similar to Dante's situation, it's kind of like, in a way, it's in the middle of the fight, it didn't really, you know, just like whatever he could get his hand on and things like that. So maybe what I'm saying about nutrition might argue as that too. So kind of like, you know, whatever I could get my hand on, kind of like, in a way, I'm really not, kind of like, in a way, could argue that as that, you know, it's just whatever I could get my hand on, you know, it's just not really like a really expert on nutrition and everything, you know, just could argue as that, you know, just, and also at the same time you have all these different country and culture and the nutrition and everything. You know what really is the like the really you know, like the, you know, just like more like preference, you know, they maybe certain culture like certain nutrition better than other nutrition and things like that. So it's just hard to really argue which one is more like, kind of like, in a way, because of seeing all this different nutrition and everything. Basically that's what I want to point out, and also it's just, in a way, because of all these different nutritions in the world, in different country, culture, and all of that. So kind of what I'm saying about nutrition might argue as something I didn't intend it for and things like that also. anyway, I just want to point out these things. So kind of like in a way, just so to just because, and also like what I was saying earlier in the video, like I'm gonna wrap up today's session's video with trading card game and M10 combat fight. So nutrition might not be something that I usually talk about also. So it's kind of like in a way. Okay, so 6:37. Okay, so still have some minutes left. Okay, so now I'm gonna try to wrap up the today's PTTS sessions video with trading card game and M10 combat lead. Well, I mean, it's really gonna be very hard to wrap it up in just about 7 minutes. So basically, I just want to point out in kind of like because of the 6 years, because I was the founder of the M10 combat lead at Crown Point Elementary School back in 1993. Basically, I gathered up a few students, and me and those students started, put together the M10 combat lead in the Crown Point Elementary School, and starting from there, we'd take the lead and would just, encourage students to participate in the M10 combat lead, and and just so coincident, I've just been winning my fights and fights after fights, and throughout that 6 years of time from 1993 all the way to 1999. So if that is an official empty-handed combat lead, I could argue as having the undisputed empty-handed combat championship title. So kind of like in a way, and also it just there were fighter Humberto was a noticeable fighter at Crown Point Elementary School. Humberto, and then and also like the crowd watched me win that fight against Humberto. Supposedly Humberto was winning his fight and everything at Crown Point Elementary School. Just that argument. What if I wasn't there in Crown Point Elementary School? Who else would beat Humberto? It's like. And then, I mean, Humberto wasn't the only fight. I was just saying that because that was the more standout fight in Crown Point Elementary School. Okay. Okay, it's also this. It's almost run out of storage space also, so I just gotta hurry and wrap up everything. Okay, so then Pacific Beach Middle School. Well, the more standout fight is Marlon. There was hundreds of students watching me fighting against Marlon, and Marlon supposedly because he's one or two grade higher than me at the time, so he's like a bit bigger than me at the time, and also kind of like he had beat up a few students before, and also so kind of like in a way there were hundreds of students in the crowd watching that fight and everything, and I kind of like in a way it's also again that argument. What if I wasn't there? Maybe no one else could have beat Marlon at the Pacific Beach Middle School. So it's like, so these noticeable fights and then also right not long after the fight with against Marlon, Charles Washington also, and again the same thing. It's just like, what if I wasn't in the Pacific Beach Middle School? Who else could beat Charles Washington? So kind of like in a way, this noticeable fight could argue as that, and it's like. Anyway, so I just want to point out these noticeable fights. So those are the more noticeable fights. Is Charles Washington also have a crowd of students watching that fight, and okay, now so as for the trading card game, well, it's the 8 years of time. The trading card game, the 8 years from 1999 to 2006. In that 8 years, really full-time commitment and completing, with everything I got, in the trading card game tournaments and you're just like, so in that 8 years of time, just really giving everything I got and competing in the trading card game tournaments and so I accumulated 180. Well, it's not just the trading card game. Also, there's also the Hero Clicks tournament, which is figure. Instead of cards, there is the figures. Is so it's the Hero Click tournament not using card bases, figure base. So kind of like in a way, so going beyond just trading card game, trading card and now figure base also. So in those two type of tournaments, I accumulated 180 first places in that 8 years of time. Around so pretty much like that in that like approximation. There's few less, few more, and things like that. And okay, so pretty much, well, like I was saying, and it's just so I'm in the reach.